Today we are back in our Minecraft survival world, and I have a pretty busy episode planned. From building farms and decorating our spider farm, adding a new mining area, decorating some of the village, and possibly adding 2 new buildings if we get some time. But before we get started, only 18.7% of you guys that watch my videos are actually subscribed to the channel. So if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later on if you wish to. Now, with that being said, let's get to work. So I've been doing a little bit of trading with our villagers. So first of all, let's put some new enchantments on our tools. Okay, so we have 2 mending books, 2 efficiency 4 books, and 1 unbreaking 3 book. We'll put unbreaking 3 on our shovel, efficiency 4, which will take this up to efficiency 5, and of course mending. We already have silk touch on our pickaxe, so let's add efficiency 4. And finally, mending. Now we have mending on all of our tools, but we don't have a sword yet, so I will be coming back and getting a sword a little bit later on. But for now, I don't really need it because I tend to use the axe more than I do the sword. Headed inside the barn, we've been doing a little bit of work off camera. So if we head down to the area that we planned our farms out, I now have a layout where we're going to be placing all of our farms. First of all, you can see we've got a nice big nether portal in the center, which I think looks really nice here. To the right and the left here, we're going to have 2 big storage areas, which are going to be automatic storage for all of our farm drops. Now, it won't be storage for anything else, just our farm drops. On the left here and on the right over here, we're going to have 2 big farms on each side. This area still needs to be mined out a little bit. But this side, we're going to have a crop farm, maybe a carrot farm, and then this side, probably a potato farm. These will both be powered by villagers, so they're going to be fully automatic, and the items are going to go straight into our storage. Then, turning around where we've got our stairways, on the left and right here, we're going to have a sugarcane and then a bamboo farm. Now, again, these 2 farms here, I'm not sure which way around we're going to have them, but this would be a good starter lot of farms. But as you can see, we've got a stairway going down. So the plan is, if we come down here, I'm going to actually turn this into a wall. This was planned originally to have a room here, but I think we're going to have a wall. And then we go down 1 more flight of stairs so that we're directly under our room above. And we're going to do exactly the same kind of layout and have a different set of farms in here. Maybe in this level, we'll have a melon and pumpkin farm, maybe a kelp farm, maybe something else as well. I'm not too sure just yet. Then if we go down 1 more, again, we're going to cover this wall in here. And then down here, we'll have our final floor where we can have some more farms. Again, guys, I'm not sure what farms. Maybe a cactus farm. Maybe we'll have a cow farm, a chicken cooker, something along those lines. And then finally, if we come down to the lowest level here, this, if we walk all the way down, will take us to our spider farm. As you can see, this is where we built the spider farm. We still need to do a lot of decorating down here, which is what I want to get in place today. So I want to put in all of the walls, detail everything up here, and then I want to make this into a nice room. But to make this a room, I think because this is going to be a spider farm, I want this to look a little bit like a actual spawner area. So we'll make the wall maybe some cobblestone and stone bricks. We'll put some vines on the ceiling with some cobwebs about and stuff. Make it kind of feel fitting for the farm. And down this last little stairway at the end here, this is going to be our mining entrance. So down here is level 11, and this is going to be where we're going to do a bunch of mining strips. And what I want to do is I want to extend this all the way down. We'll be leaving a 3 block gap between each mining strip. Now I also want to set up at some point a minecart system that will take us all the way back up to wherever our storage room is going to be, where our bulk storage room will be. That way when we get full items in our inventory, we can go in the minecart and it'll take us all the way up. We can unload all of our items and then we can just go back down to mining. But for now, I think the first thing we need to do is get some materials together so that we can build our sugarcane farm. So we're going to start with the sugarcane farm behind us, and then we're going to build a bamboo farm on the opposite side. Each one of these farms is going to need 9 slime blocks. So we best get hunting. Okay, I found a swamp, but slimes ain't going to spawn until it starts getting a bit darker. So while I'm waiting, I guess we're going to gather up a few materials. While I'm here, we might as well make most of gathering up some vines so that we can make some mossy cobblestone. And we found our first slime. Wow, come on, dudes. There's too many. And I should have got myself a sword. Hey, there's a tiny one there. Oh, no. It's a slime head. Awesome. One slime down, and we've got 16 slime balls. Excellent. And slime number 2. And slime number 2, get rid of the creeper low. Bye-bye. Okay, right. You can bog off, all of you guys. I want your slime balls. Give them to me. Where did the other one go? Sod off, spider. You was here a minute ago. And I'm not in the mood for you guys today. No hugs. And bullseye. No, I'm not over there, buddy. I'm over here. Aha, we got a slime. And down. Sod off. Told you guys, social distancing. Get back, get back, get back, and get back. Oh, you're just still there. Oh, we are going to have a falling out. Where are you? Dude, come on. We're supposed to keep 2 meter distance. Aha, that's more like it. We got a big guy. That's more like it. That's what we want. Come on, you pile of jelly. Sod off. Out my face. Seriously, you guys need to know the meaning of social distancing. We don't get within 2 meters. Whoa, little dude, little dude, little dude. Get out of my face. Serious? My gosh. We've got another little guy there in the pond. Ah, there we go. Another big one. Okay, slime number, I don't know how many. 2 slimes. Lots of slimes now. Oh, they're starting to spawn quite well now. Oh, I see. I see how it is, eh? Want to gang up on me? Bring it on. What happened to a fair fight, eh? You guys all want to gang up on me at once? Oh, we should get a few from this one. Nice. Whoa! It was your brother, wasn't it? Had that. It's your fault. Should have warned me. Okay, so we finally got all the slime. We've got 19, which is going to be enough to build those 2 farms. I don't think we need any more slime at the moment, so this should be plenty to cover us, at least for now. Okay, I think we are ready to get this all in place. So this is going to be where the farm is going to go. This bottom part is going to be the collection area. We're going to have some powered rails and some normal rails. It's going to go up and down with some hopper mine carts, which is going to collect any of the fallen sugarcane that lands on top of the grass block above. The collection system is going to be a row of hoppers across here. It's going to go around and eventually link to the storage over the back. So yeah, I think this is all good. First things first though, we've got a bunch of things we need to craft. So let's start with some rails. So I'm not sure how many of these we're going to need, but we'll go for now for 64. We'll get some powered rails, sticky pistons, observers, repeaters, iron trapdoors, some hoppers, hopper minecarts. Right, okay, I think we're ready to get started. So let's start with our hopper line over this side. Okay, there's our hopper line in place. Now guys, if you want to build this, there is actually a tutorial on my channel. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. This is a slightly modified version just because of the area that we're actually building it in. So now we've got a hopper line in place. We're going to get in our powered rails. Now these can be a little bit tricky sometimes. You've got to kind of start from the middle and then put them on the ends, but like you get stuff like this happen. So it's a little bit of a pain. But it is possible. You have to just place them in the right way. So usually what I will do is place 2 like this. I will then place 1 here. Place 1 here, 1 here. If you're facing the right way, it'll be fine. If you face to the side, it will face sideways. So just make sure you do it in this angle when you want to place your powered rails. We've got all the powered rails in, so now we're just going to go ahead and connect up some normal rails. Again, just making sure that we face the right way as we're placing them. We don't want these to twist. Okay, this is looking good. We've got our floor in place and we've got all the minecarts running as well. So we've got all of the room in place and I did have to make a few adjustments, but overall we've got everything all laid out now. So the next step is going to be getting the fly machine in place. So just in front of this block here, we want to place an observer facing outwards like this, and then we can go ahead get rid of these 2. So we should have the face at the front here, and right on top of the observer we're going to go ahead and we're going to place a repeater on 1 tick, and then place a trap door against that one like so. and then put a bit of redstone just there. And I think that is pretty much it. And then we're going to go ahead and just place a switch up there, which turn on and open it up. Leave it down, it's closed. Perfect. Okay, that is good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just switch that on so that that is sticking upwards at the moment. Now here, we're going to place a block right about there. No, right about there, shall I say. We're then going to crouch, place a observer there and an observer there. Then we can go ahead and chop those 2 blocks away. Like so. And then the basic idea is that the sticky pistons now will be placed in the gaps here, but on the 1 block underneath. So we go 1 here facing that way, and then 1 here facing backwards. And then we're going to break that block just there, and that block just there. Excellent. Now we should just literally be able to go ahead and place that right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 like that. And then we'll get a block of glass, which we'll put right on the end here in just a minute. But we still need it to return. So we've got to place another one of these at this end here. But we've got to do it 1 over so that it's in line with this one here. Okay, redstone is all in place. We've got our glass block on the end here. And then we've got all the redstone in place here. Redstone at that end is not powered, so that should basically make the flying machine return when it gets there, because the little lip on the trapdoor is down, so it should sense that. We have it turned on this end, and that basically is what holds it here. That's what stops it from moving. So in order to turn the farm off, you have to actually turn it on. Okay, so the switch is powered. I hope that makes sense. So let's give it a quick test. We're going to turn that switch off. This should go all the way down the end now. A little trapdoor there should flick up, flick down, and then it should send it all the way back. There we go. And then it should stop on this end if we do this. Perfect. Now, if we wanted it to continue and just to keep going back and forth, we can just leave it unpowered and it will just constantly do so until we turn it back on. So, everything now is all in place for this farm. I've still got to do a bit of decorating for the ceiling, so I want to get some spruce planks in place up there and maybe a little bit of decoration just to make it look good. And then we need to get some glass. Now, the only problem here is I do only have 6 bits of glass. So I'm going to have to go and get some glass off camera. But first of all, we've got to get some water in place. Now, the water, we can't go ahead and place 1 here, for instance, and 1 here, because we don't get it doesn't fill in the middle. So we have to place it on every single block to fill these gaps in all the way to the end. So we've got to do that on all of these 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, okay, where we got the slabs, not trapdoors, and we've got to do that from one end all the way to the other. Okay, we're halfway there, so it's getting there slowly. Okay, water is all in place, so now we've got pretty much everything in place. All we need now is some glass, and to get glass, we're gonna need some sand. I gotta say, there is something so satisfying about having efficiency 5 on a shovel. Okay, we're finally back, and as you can see, we've got some white stained glass in over here. So now, all we've got left to do is to go ahead and plant our sugarcane. Now, we're gonna go ahead and just bring it all the way down from each row like this. But we're not gonna plant it right at the front, because it's just gonna get wasted because it can't actually reach just as far as it can go forward. So what we'll do is we'll only place it up to the point where it sits just underneath like this. Okay, so from here, get rid of the torches and just go ahead and extend it all the way down. Okay, let's add a few trapdoors across these lights, and there we go. I think that is looking pretty cool. Okay, this thing is working like a charm, so we're going to leave that like that for the moment. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of detailing around the edge here. So something like that at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and do the same at the very top. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Now, over here, because this is going to be another farm here, so we're going to replicate that design on this as well. So we'll be having these in the corners. Place some stairs. There we go, like that. That looks pretty good. And then I think what we'll do is over in the corners, like here, in this little gap here, we'll do that. We'll break one of those. We'll go ahead and place one of those. We'll put one of them there. One down here. And we'll go ahead and I think we're going to put in a little fence like that. Something like that I think looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and replicate that around all 4 corners. So let's go ahead and do that over here. Okay, so this is really starting to shape up now. We've got a really nice bit of detail in here. I think this is looking really good. The one thing we still got to do is get our storage in place. So if we get our storage in place, then we can rig the farm up to an automatic storage system for the overflow of it all. Because at the moment, we've got all of our storage going down here for this farm. As you can see, we're not doing bad considering that we've only had this running for about 5 minutes. But yeah, overall, I think this is looking good. We still got to do some detailing in the ceiling and get the rest of our farms in place as well. But we can get to those as and when we need to. For now, I'm glad that we got this one in place. I think the next ones I want to get in place are going to be the potato and carrot farm over here, which is going to be very simple. So we just need to get a few villagers. So we're going to have to do a little bit of breeding so that we can bring some down here. Okay, we've done a little bit of breeding and I've brought the villagers down here. Sorry, this looks a little bit of a mess. It's just temporary. But basically, we've got 4 villagers here now, which is good because we're going to have 2 farms with 2 villagers in each one. So we need 4 villagers. So once these 2 grow up, we can get them all in place. Now, it was actually really handy because breeding the villagers, I could breed them up in our trading hall, which is actually right up here. So we're literally so close to the farming area. So I'll probably put in a stairway here a little bit later. But for now, I think I'm just going to leave that sealed off. So yeah, we've got our 4 villagers that was going to be needed, so we'll get that in place soon. Okay, we've got our walls all in place. We've got this one in and this one in, which look pretty good. Now, I've still got to do the ceiling, and I still need to get some glowstone because I want to be able to light the area up, especially underneath this little edge here. I think it just makes the farms look nice. Like underneath here, like we've got the little glowing edge. It just brightens things up and makes it look nice. So I think we're going to head in the Nether and see what we can find. Okay, there seems to be a little bit of an excessive zombie pigman spawning in the Nether here. It's a little bit strange. There's quite a lot up here. We've also got a few behind us here as well. This is a bit more than usual, and I actually had the same thing happen to me earlier, only it was about 3 or 4 times more than this. So I'm not sure what's causing it. I do have 2 data packs installed. One is for the more mob heads, and the other one is for the fast leaf decay. I don't know if there's a glitch between them that's causing this, but this is a little bit excessive. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. We shoot one of them from here. Here we go. See, it's just a little excessive. Looks like we're getting a lot of zombies spawning here as well. Okay, they're slowly going down. Okay, I think it's safe. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to have to see if we can sort that out and get that fixed, because that's going to be a little bit of a glitch in the game otherwise, and we don't want that. So, let's go ahead and see if we can get some glowstone. Check this out for a cluster of glowstone. My gosh, this is loads. Okay, while we're here, let's just get ourselves a bit of XP and repair some of our tools. I'll just get them mended. Okay, villager 1 is all in place now. We've got a rail just here, which is stopping the villager from getting out, as well as this. And then we've got the hopper minecart, so that the food, when a villager tries to throw him food, it's going to go straight down into our storage system. Okay, let's go ahead and get some carrots in for this farm. Okay, we've got our villagers in for the farms now. So I should be able to put that there. And then I should be able to go point. And yes, he becomes a farmer. Okay, this is our first farm in place. Now, this is going to take a little while to get this all going, so I'm going to just leave it to run. Okay, it's come together nicely. We've got in our roof, we've got in our crops, we've got in one villager and the bed. We've got to get our other villager in next, so hopefully that should be easy enough. Okay, everything's all in place. We've got our villagers in here. We've got potatoes in here. I've just got to fill this in with glass. And I think what we'll do for the roofs in here and in the other farm over there, we're going to come back later on, maybe put in some leaves and stuff like that to make it look a bit more green in here. I think that would look really nice. Let's go ahead and just fill in the glass. Okay, things are looking pretty awesome. We've got our sugarcane farm, our potato farm, and over the back here, we've got our carrot farm. Now I've still got to set up all of the storage into the storage system, and I've got to make a bamboo farm here, but I think I'll do those off camera because I've got some other ideas for the rest of today's episode, and I think we've done enough of the farm work, so I think we'll come back to that later on. So I think for the rest of today's episode, we're going to head downstairs and do a little bit of work on the spider farm. Seems the spider farm is looking a little bit plain, it needs a little bit of love. Remember I went travelling off to get all them slimes? Yeah, well look, it turns out we have a slime chunk on our base. How crazy is that? Okay, so for this room, I really want to make this look kind of like a dungeon, but just better. So I'm thinking I want to extend this wall back one. I want to put a pillar on this side, a pillar on this side, connect these pillars up in the ceiling so they kind of like beam across, fill some leaves in with the ceiling, and then do a bit of texturing. We should get rid of those and those ones. And I think that would look better. Looks a bit more solid. Okay, it's shaping up. Check this out. This actually looks so much better. Now I've put some upside down stairs up here because I'm going to connect some beams across the ceiling and then drape down some leaves and stuff to make it look a little bit sort of more kind of dreary in here. Probably use the birch leaves because they're a little bit darker, a little bit more sort of less coloured and saturated, so I think it'll look quite nice in here. The only thing I don't have at the moment is any cobwebs. I would like to have hung some cobwebs about, but we're going to have to just make do with what we have at the moment. Okay, to finish this off, we're going to go ahead, I think, and just put in some of our fences like this. Kind of almost like as if like a bit of a branch is poking through in some places. Yeah, something like that. Not too much. We don't want to overdo this. And then what we do is we're going to use these to climb up so that we can go ahead and maybe just add some of our birch leaves. Kind of in something a bit like this. You know, just to add a little bit of green in there. Okay, and finally it's all in place. I mean, I gotta say myself, I love the way this little room looks. Kind of feels a bit of a dungeon, you know, maybe like a little guards room where guards would hang out or something like that. But I think it looks really cool. I'm really happy with it. So we still got a little bit more work to do in the hallway here at some point. But I think for the rest of today's episode, I want to do a little bit of building on the surface. So let's head up and get some building done. So I've got to admit, I've been itching to get out here and do a bit of building. The area at the front of the docks here has been looking plain for a while now, and it's really been bugging me, and I've wanted to get in some more buildings. So finally, we're going to add a little warehouse. Now this warehouse is going to be a place for storing goods that we would have taken from trades. So the docks here are just going to be for small trade boats. So places we would get small trades, maybe wheat, we'd trade some wool and stuff like that. Local things that we could gather up. But I didn't want to make this look too big because I don't want this area to be anywhere that would be having ships come in or anything like that. Just small trade boats. So I wanted it to stick with the same sort of theme and keep it nice and small. Now, as you can see, we've gone with a very similar style to the rest of our builds using the dark oak logs and the stripped spruce logs. But I wanted to switch it up with the roof. Because we used so much bricks on the other build, I really want to break things up a little bit. So I decided to do the roofs in the warped wood, which I've got to say, I really love the look of it. Now, I know it might look a little bit strange because we've got the brick roofs at the back, but we're going to be blending in a few other builds as well. So bear in mind, once we get those few builds in place, it's going to make things look much nicer. Now, we'll be upgrading to 1.17 hopefully before next episode, so let me know, should we change these roofs up for a different block, maybe one of the new blocks from 1.17, or do you like these warpwood roofs? What do you think of them? Let me know in the comments below, guys, and let me know what other buildings should we be doing in this area. There's a load of room here. I'm going to be clearing all them farms out the way, so we got loads of room for building, and I'm just not sure what builds I want to put in this little kind of almost like a farming village. So let me know what you guys want to see. I have got a bunch of ideas already, but I'd love to know more of your suggestions because, like I said in episode 1, your thoughts, your comments and suggestions are going to be what builds this village. So be sure to let me know below what you want to see. Now this build here, this is going to be a little fishing hut. I figured I wanted this one to sit nicely around this little kind of curved corner that we've got right on the front of the water's edge. So it's right next to the little dock and it's also on that little corner. So we've got a nice kind of curved. The build itself is almost an L-shaped build, but just with a little bit of a diagonal across one side. And again, I've gone with the warped wood, but again, like I said, I might change this along the lines. I'm not too sure just yet. We'll see how the village kind of shapes up. If we need to change it to a different wood later on, we can always do that. Or if we change it to a different block. You know, but for now, I just want to mess around with a few different woods and stuff for the roofs to see if we could just add a little bit more color to the area and just change it up, because I find when you build too many houses with the same color roofs, it just starts to feel, you know, too much of the same. You know, even though you're making a different build, it just feels too much like you're building the same thing. So mixing up the roofs and the styles of the build is a really good way to make the sort of area feel more organic. Now, I did go ahead and add in just a few little details, nothing too much because I was running out of time at this point. This episode alone has already taken me pretty much most of about 4 or 5 days to make. So, guys, if you do enjoy this, please remember to hit that like button because a lot of work went into this episode. Alright, I gotta admit, I do really like the colour of these roofs. They seem to fit in really nice. I like the colour. I know it's a big difference from the red, but I think it fits in really nice. And once we get a few other buildings in here, it's going to feel really organic. And yeah, I think this looks awesome. So at the side here, we've got the little fishing dock, as you can see. And I still got a bunch of work to do here with texturing, the pathways and the interior and stuff like that. But overall, I've got to say, I think it looks really cool on this little corner here. As for all the pathways, I've got a few little pathways in place, but there's still lots more paths to do and a lot more to get in place. And we are going to have a little pathway that's going to come up the back here behind these builds. And I don't know, it's going to head off over in this direction here again for some more building and stuff like that later on. But yeah, this is shaping up really good. In this little area here, I'm going to add a bunch of bushes, flowers, and maybe a couple of overhanging trees or something that are coming out of this little hill here. I think that'd be really cool. Over here, we got the warehouse. Now, this is just going to be kind of for aesthetics, more for looks. I've got an idea for my storage system I'm going to put in place, and we're going to build that probably underground somewhere. I'm not sure where just yet, but we'll find somewhere for it soon enough. But yeah, I think this looks really cool. I'm not sure what to do with this front area here. I was debating if to put a little bit of storage in and maybe a little fish stall or something like that, a little market stall, maybe 2 little market stalls. But I'm not too sure. What do you guys think we should do? Should we make it look like a nice little pretty kind of park area? Maybe put a couple of benches and some bushes and stuff around? Or should we do a little storage area or something else? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Anyway guys, other than that, I think that is about it for today. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.